profile, put your summary there. You need to put your summary there. It's your description. It's like your CV covering letter. So put your description, think about your story, think about your brand story, and bring people in. The first 3 lines are key, because if you don't like the first 3 lines, you ain't going to say see more. So put the first 3 lines in there, and put some videos in there, and put some experience in there. You can watch videos on LinkedIn. So if you have videos of yourself, put it on LinkedIn, because you can watch them. And then put a description there of your experience. So if you're doing internships, you're doing work experience, put it down. Put what you did and put what the company did. Put some media on as well. It's very, very straightforward. And what else do you do? You know, look at what else you do outside of the university, outside the Polytechnic. Do you do non-profit stuff? Do you do volunteer stuff? Put that on there as well. Put stuff on about what you do here. So put all the experience you have, particularly things like internships. I mean, I lecture at NUS, so basically I put that down there. I also write for the Business Times, so I put that down there. I also mentor at SMU, so I put that down there. So put all the other things you do on your LinkedIn. It's like your CV, but it's more interactive, it's more dynamic. Get your recommendations on there. So we put recommendations in there a lot, because other people saying we do a great job. Put your skills on there. Tell people where you are. So I travel quite a lot across Asia, as many people do in Asia. So if you do that and you're in a job in the future, tell people where you are on LinkedIn. So I did that in Sydney, for example, or Auckland, or Hong Kong. Landy here does little plane with next stop Greece. Really cool. Steve here has his dates. Ron has his big dates. Even when he's at home, he tells people when he's here. Because he travels so often, he's never in Singapore. So don't do this. A lifelong passion for problem solving. That means nothing. It applies for every single person here. No differentiations, no personalization. Or business leader. You're all business leaders. Everyone's a business leader. It means nothing. Don't do that. Personalize it. It's your story. And don't do this. This is the love doctor. Because love is business. Particularly in Singapore. And he sorts out, convince your parents for love marriage. That'd be very popular in Singapore. Affair, other person. I don't know how you have an affair by yourself, or if he's actually advertising a service where he can have an affair. Get your lover back. And bearing in mind, he's a love doctor, he sorts your divorce out and your business out. And then he sorts out your study problems too. So you can go to him with your love problems and he sorts out your study problems at the same time. But my favorite service, very niche service he offers here. Be free from enemy / second wife. What happened to the first wife? Is there a third wife business too? It's very strange. And don't do this. Peter here is out of work. So LinkedIn said Peter is celebrating a work anniversary at 4 years at out of work. And not only that, LinkedIn told me to congratulate him for being out of work for 4 years. Fantastic. How many people would have gone click, 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 click? That's why he does not look very impressed with this. And don't do this. Don't get endorsed for PowerPoint, Excel, and telling the time. That's not great skills to be endorsed for. And don't do this. If you're English, you cannot be endorsed for awesomeness and general awesomeness. Only Americans can be endorsed for awesomeness, because they made it this. SEO is very important on LinkedIn, so you can have weekly search appearances, optimize your profile, put keywords in. I replicate my job several times over, put keywords in, put all your experience in. LinkedIn is like Google, it's a website, SEO. So put personal branding in, it comes up. Create a content plan. Well, you can all create content plans. You do it on Facebook, you do it on Instagram, do it on LinkedIn. It just needs to be professional. It means present yourself in a positive way. So 411 is very important on LinkedIn. 411 is all about one hard sell post. That's about you. It's about your skills, about your career, what you can offer a potential employer, for example. But then you have to mix it up and do 4 unrelated posts. So you're actually talking about other things not related to you getting a job, for example, or presenting your CV or looking at your experience. So mix it up. She's fantastic at this in Hong Kong. She writes some amazing stuff, but she makes it personal. She talks about Kate Spade when she died, for example, about her first Kate Spade bag. Brilliant. And then about Anthony Bourdain, for example, because she worked with him at CNN. Brilliant. But you got to be yourself, be authentic. I did this picture, for example, in the Ritz-Carlton in Hong Kong because my room wasn't ready. They gave me the boardroom for free, did a photograph. It got 54,000 views. More importantly, this guy saw it. The guy in white, he's the CEO who owns the Ritz-Carlton in Hong Kong. So he liked it so much, he became a client. And then the Ritz-Carlton became a client. And the W became a client, all through one photograph. And that one photograph didn't even market our services. That's the power of a photograph on LinkedIn in a business context. So think about that, how you present yourself when it comes to your career. Think about you presenting yourself when it comes to you getting work experience or getting work. Think about photographs in a business context. It can even be fantastic photographs of like the most wonderful airport in the whole world, which is obviously Changi. Whenever I come to Changi Terminal 3, I normally take a photograph because I never use. It's amazing. Because I normally come from a place like Shanghai or London or Auckland or Sydney where there's millions of queues. Or look at things like crowdsourcing, for example. Put logos up there and get people to ask you what you think of a particular idea. It's really good. It also markets yourself at the same time. And amplify your thoughts elsewhere. Another one for you, 1990. On social media in general, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's Facebook, Instagram or YouTube, only 1% of people communicate and create. So for example, out of this group here, probably only 3 or 4 of you actually create on LinkedIn. You might do a bit more on Facebook, for example, but LinkedIn, only 1%. But 9% of people like, share and comment. And then 90% of people do nothing. So the opportunities to be a leader is to create things. You can do that. You too. Stand out, make yourself stand out. Stephanie does this fantastically. She's a lawyer, but you wouldn't guess it from her personal branding, the way she presents herself. But she runs a fantastic boutique law firm. And then she puts her stories from Business Times, for example, on LinkedIn. Really, really cool. And then she puts where she's an American lawyer, for example, or her team are. She's presenting herself in a legal way, which is obviously very difficult, in the most attractive way possible, on a personal and professional basis. And then you can go for 1,000, 250,000. Steve here was in Singapore 5 or 6 years ago. He had 1,000 people following him. Now he has 250,000. And he's done this just by posting, content, content, content. You can do the same thing. Tony Hughes did the same thing, just answering things all the time as well. So not only do you post, but you've got to answer, you've got to engage. You can't just put stuff up and then expect people to just like it. You've got to engage with people. You've got to be authentic. So video is really, really cool now. We did a test. So we opened a new office recently. We had about 30 people. We got 30 people in our team, so we grew. I did this video on YouTube, got 35 views. Pathetic, terrible. And I don't know who those people are, so you don't need to register on YouTube. Did the same video on LinkedIn, I got 20,000 views, and I know all the people who liked and shared it and saw my profile as a result of it. So use the data on LinkedIn, use video on LinkedIn, put a video up there. You can all do videos. You do videos all the time for probably Instagram or YouTube or Facebook, so do it for LinkedIn. So videos, look at Simone Heng, for example. She does video phenomenally well. She just basically, bear in mind she's on radio, so it's not even really convenient for her to do this. She puts her iPhone up there and videos herself dancing to music on MediaCore, on KISS, on Class 95. But she's using it in a way to present herself beyond being a DJ, to being a keynote speaker. So think about how you can do that. She gets phenomenal engagement. But when she doesn't do video, her likes and views plummet. They want to see her enjoying herself at work. So you can do the same thing, put your videos up there, but mix it up as well. Look at Sally here in Sydney. She's a video, gets phenomenal engagements, but then she also writes little articles like this, one-liners. You can do the same thing. Sally does this. She's not a particular expert in doing it, she's just going out there and doing it. But you can do it too. There's no reason why not. She puts pictures up there, infographics up there, more videos. It works. Just authentic using your phone. You don't need to use some massive equipment. You can actually just use your phone to do it. But you have to personalize it. So talk about articles and what they mean to you. Pick out paragraphs. Pick out words around it. It's phenomenally good. And amplify yourself. So I was on Money FM recently with Howie, so I pre-promoted it. And then I recorded it and displayed it and put it on LinkedIn. Because more people will see it and listen to it and watch it on LinkedIn than will actually do so during the program itself. So think about that. Put your videos up there, put your events up there, for example. So it's all about tagging people too. So if you take a picture today and tag me, I will get notification, so I can then tag you back and I can like it back. So for example, when Simone came and visited my team, we tagged it because we got into her network. So it's fantastic for our team, but also great to get into her network too. Just by tagging people out, you just do an @ symbol, find somebody, and it comes up. Andrew Pickup's very good at doing this at Microsoft. He's always tagging different people, and then I tagged him back. And then you can actually add hashtags now. So LinkedIn's a bit like Twitter and Facebook now. You can use hashtags to get into people's feeds. So if you're following social media marketing and you put hashtag social media marketing, it comes up. So follow the people and follow the things and the subjects you want to. The content's all there. And you get notifications. Every single time someone tags you, you get notifications saying someone's tagged you, which is great marketing, because if you basically want to get a job somewhere and you start tagging people in that job, in that company, they will get notifications saying you have tagged them, which is very, very powerful, because then they get to know you. Then you can start a conversation with them about being employed by them. But they have to get you noticed. You have to get yourself noticed. And LinkedIn gives you the power to do so, because the data's all there. So think about how you use it, and how you use notifications to market yourself to get that job or get that work experience. So don't do things like this. Nothing at all. And I've been through some of your profiles and now there's nothing on them. You've got to do activity, you've got to put some content out there. Because if you don't, there will be that American who will get that job. So you have to go and do it. And you can actually just be followed nowadays as well.